Okay, so Facebook, I told y'all about the Ruffin Riggs for the camera, so I'm setting them up. Just wanted to give y'all so this is the Insta360 camera. Shoots in all directions, and then when you're viewing the content, you can actually move the camera screen around to see whatever you want to see in a 360-degree angle. So this is like when you go out and do stuff, you don't miss no footage nowhere. So this is the Insta360, and this is the app that I use on the iPad Pro to run the 360. But you turn the 360 on, and then when it comes on, you're gonna pair it to the app here is going to see it as soon as it's visible, and it's searching. Okay, there it goes. It sees it. So the camera sees you seeing me. So you connect it to the app, and a few seconds here, bam. There you go. First connection must be confirmed with the device. That's because we're in Dubai. I actually had it already confirmed. But when you travel to different places in the world, you have to do a reconnection again. So this is a great app. The Insta360 app that allows you, I got to flip the screen and unplug it for charging. Preview is compressed. Okay, there we go. So now we see, I'm gonna turn the camera because it's got a lot of, we're going to clean that off a little bit. Let's do a little t-shirt thing right quick because I ain't got all of the stuff here yet with me. Ooh, I don't like that. That's ugly. We're going to take these lenses off. They must be got some filter issues. They need cleaning. Ooh, I don't know what that is. Was that on my lens the whole time? Okay, well, but anyway, so we're going to mount the hardware for the 360. And the first thing we mount is this is a DJI transmitter. This is the DJI 2 mic system. So this is the transmitter that you mount. It tells you everything you need to know about connecting to the microphone. This is the microphone is charging up. It's got a wind muff so that it cuts the wind, and that's the whole advantage of using an external mic, is you can record on this device and you can send the audio to this device, and if you're using the app you can also record on there. So we're going to turn record. So now the app is recording and the Insta360 is recording the audio. You have to push the well, you have to turn this on first. Let me unplug it. You unplug it, turn it on here. Uh-oh, was this thing charged or not? Oh, there we go. He charged, he turned on, and then you have to pair it. So you go in your 360.
Shooting complete.
So I turned the recording off so that I could access the menu. Oh, you can't access the menu while you pair it, I don't think. So I don't know if I can pair the mic in here. No, I don't think you can. So we're gonna have to disconnect. Let me get back to y'all in a minute. Let me get this straight so you don't have to wait. Okay, so what I had to do was I didn't want to Bluetooth the mic to the 360. I just had to Bluetooth the mic to the, let me get y'all back over here. I had to Bluetooth the mic to the receiver. I had it Bluetooth to the mic to the 360 before, but I had to unBluetooth it because I want a pure sound. So I'm gonna the sound is gonna run from the mic to this receiver, and this receiver is gonna mount here on the 360 like that, and it's just a direct plug so that you get optimal audio into the 360. So that's how that go. And then I don't know if you know, but a 360 has a stitch line that makes the camera override this area where this cord is hanging over the side, or however I want to mount this cord, so it's like so it's invisible to the 360 video. But it's called a stitch line. So this line around the camera can't be seen. All the way around this line, all the way around the camera can't be seen by the video. So it overstitches the video to cover up the stitch line is what it's called. So we put the cord for the audio into that stitch line, thus, so where you see it, it's in the stitch line going all the way across, so nothing interferes with that. And the mic is already connected to the audio. That's why you see that response. I don't know if you can see that or not. But when I tap on that, you see that when I'm talking to the mic, or tap on the mic, you see the response there. So I got a suppressor on there right now so that it doesn't, if the noise get real loud, like right there, it kind of maximizes it out. See that, how that does? I don't know if you see that. If I talk loud into it, it's trying to keep from over flooding the mic system and making it sound distorted. And at the same time, if I whisper, it's keeping the volume where you could hear it. You could tell I'm whispering, but it still keeps the volume up so you understand what I'm saying. So that's kind of what the suppressor does. And again, the wind mic here, it just plugs into the top. And it locks in so that that's where the microphone is at inside that. This is the new mic too. You see that screen inside there, and this picks up, it's omnidirectional. This thing picks up everything. So it plugs into the top and snaps on like this. Now this is, you can either clip this on your shirt or clip it wherever you want the mic to go. But for instance, what I would be doing here is, it's got a little magnetic clip on it. So, did I cut it off? Yes. No, I didn't. It's got a little magnetic clip on the back here. And this is like a really powerful magnet. See that? So this magnet, you can put it inside your shirt and position the mic to wherever you want it to go, and it'll stay there so that you can get optimal audio sound wherever you're recording at. So yeah, that's just, I just wanted to show you that rig for the 360. This is a great camera. It shoots up to 8K. And right now on this rig, I have this is a magnetic plate that you can use. So this is a really strong magnet, and there's nothing metal here for me to stick it to. But I could stick it like to the side of a plane, the side of a boat, the side of a car, and this thing will lock in and will not move. And then you can angle it, like if you're on a boat, or what we're gonna be looking for is on the side of the hot air balloon, is we'll be looking to mount it somewhere. If I can't mount it on the side of the balloon wall or somewhere where I can leave it, because I'll have other rigs on my body, cameras, and the other rigs will be either on my head or on my chest, so I'll have one in my hand, and I'll show you those rigs later. But This one I like it because it captures footage in all directions. The other rig is like a first-person view. If I wear it, it's got a harness that goes around my chest and the camera mounts right here. That is the DJI Pocket 3 that they just came out with. And it's got 6K resolution. And so it stays on my chest, and it pretty much just monitors anything that I don't want to miss. You know what I'm saying? The one that I put on my head is the real first person view, because if I turn my head, that camera will see everything I see. So when you're looking out of that camera view, it'll be like me, or you looking out my eyes, so you get that view. And this one will just catch stuff like if I turn my head and I'm looking that way and watching something that way, this camera will ensure that whatever in front of me still gets captured. And then, like I say, I placed the 360 in a place on the unit when I'm traveling, and it's usually whether you're in a boat, a car, or something, or whatever you're on, where you can get the best view 360 degrees. And if I don't use the and this mounts as a plate, like you said, on the floor like this. Or again, it can adjust and magnetize to anything. And let me show you this other piece. So this is one of the other rigs. If you want to suction, like I use this in the Hummer rig. So this will suction to anything I need it to suction to and keep it. Like I said, you can do a side of a car if you're shooting footage for a movie and you need that side view, or on the side of the car, top of the car. In this case, I usually use this on top of the Hummer. And I got the little extension just because I like it. And then the monitor, of course, that I showed you here earlier, will let me know what the camera is seeing, and I could spin the video in any direction. For instance, let me hook that back up and show you exactly what I'm talking about with that. So that's the 360. So if I set the 360 there, see, I control the video of where it's looking at. See, that's me. And you got what you call a little planet. The little planet gives you this weird view from like the top of the sphere, and you can get some special effects with it. But that's like looking down. Don't ask me how this camera is sitting in front of me and looking down, but that's what it do. But they call that the little planet. But you can always put it out and put it right back to whatever vision you want. And then during the editing, you can transfer this video to a regular video, and like I could put like a marker on me so that the camera would follow me wherever I go. So that's a follow me mode, so that I can keep it. If I want to be the subject in the video, no matter what I'm doing, I can make the camera follow me, so wherever I don't move. And you can see that stitch line, just a hair. See, I'm moving into that stitch line right there. And you can see that's that part where I talked about where it overlaps the video, so that line around the camera, you can't, it tries to make it invisible. This is actually sitting in the stitch line right now, right there. So you can see how, if you ain't paying attention, you see how that stitch line is melted together, and you can't really see how, when I move through it, it's pretty smooth. So that's the stitch line right there. And you can see it in the camera view you looking at a little bit better, because it's, well, no, you can't. You can't see it. But it would be like right there where that pole is at. That's the stitch line. And as I move my face back and forth across the stitch line, you can see how it does a great job of overlapping one camera lens on one side of the 360 to the other camera lens when it gets to that fine tooth line that I talked about, which is right there. If I turn this that way, that's the stitch line right there. So that's the great thing about the Insta360 X4. And so back to the rig, this is just another mounting rig. So if I needed to suction into an area and mount it rather than magnetize it to an area, or I got a series of selfie sticks. This is just a regular selfie stick. The other one that I got that I'll use probably is the power selfie stick. It's actually got a battery power in it, so you can get up to 4 more hours of filming remotely. Like if you're going out on a trip, you can get 3 or 4 with the battery that's inside the 360, and you can get an extra 3 or 4. Actually, you can only get an extra 2, because I think you can get about 6 total between this. But I got extra batteries for the 360. But that power 360, that power selfie stick, just gives you a little bit more, and then it just gives you this real good range, because it's a very long selfie stick. Ground to the flow, 3.5 feet. I think it's 44 inches a reach, but gives you great distance, you know. So you get to do a couple of things. Oh, and the other rig that's actually on the 360 is the cage. I didn't even say nothing about that, but the cage on the 360 allows this mounting of this extra hardware, like where you see where I put that rig right there. I screwed it into this cage, so this cage actually comes off the 360. I'll show you that plug. And this cage is just a little bit of different ways of mounting rigs to the camera, and it's a great protector of the camera, but it comes out. Well, you gotta close the lid first, dummy. Yeah, then it comes out like that. So that's actually the 360 in its total size. And then it's got a selfie mount, which I've actually got this rig on the bottom right now. But even with that mount where I got that rig, I could have mounted the camera sideways to get, you know, like if I'm vlogging for YouTube, then I could turn it sideways and mount it for vlogging for 16:9 or sideways video. But for most social medias, they prefer the portrait view. But we'll be actually recording in the standard 16:9 so that the YouTube video channel gets it, and then when it converts over to like the TikTok and all of the social media channels, then it'll convert it to a smaller screen, which you'll still see the full view, but it'll be in the portrait format, sort of like what you see on the cell phone. That's what you call a portrait, which is a upward standing video. So yeah, this is the cage that allows everything to mount on. And like I said, you got a hot shoe right here if you wanted to mount like a light. Like that, if I'm filming at night, I got some lights that I can mount on this. It's a cold shoe. I'm sorry, not hot shoe. It's a cold shoe here, but I can mount a light there, and it's another cold shoe right next to here. If I wasn't using this mount for this mic rig, I could mount another cold shoe right there. But like I said, if I was shooting in landscape mode like this, then I could mount my light under here for under the cold shoe, or I could still mount it over here. So it just gives you some options for the cage itself gives you some options for mounting other ways. And if I take this magnetic thing off the base, because this has it has another mounting situation right here where you can mount, like if you was using this rig and you was using like this right here, you could take this and like, this is a quick release that I got on here right now, so that I could pop this on here and pop it off really quick without having to if I'm changing views depending on what I'm doing. But typically I might just mount this like right in here. If I was doing a rig setup where it was like on a car or something, then I would mount it in here so it would have a more stable lockdown for filming Like if I was shooting a movie scene from a car or something, I could mount this on top of the car, on the side of the car, and it gives you the ability to swing this to get the different angles you want. And I use this little arm. I got like a bunch of these arms. Some of them are shorter, some of them are longer, or I could mount it right here to the base. I don't have to use this arm at all. And like the cage on the 360, you got the ability to mount accessories. So I stuck this little mount, and I got a bunch of these. If I needed to mount like a light or a mic system or something in there, I can mount it right here to keep it in that stitch line that we talked about that goes all the way around this camera 360 degrees. You keep any of your accessories that you mount, you keep them in that stitch line so that you don't have a problem. So that's a more stable, more permanent, like and I can mount any of the cameras there, the 360, the Pocket 3, the DJ, the GoPro, the GoPro 360, which I haven't shown y'all yet. I'll get to that one. That one's waterproof, so if I'm filming in the rain, or if I need to film underwater or something like that, I can get that. I only had the 360 recorder, but anyway, so yeah, so that's how pretty much how this rig works. And like I said, the 360, if I was to have this system, this is a quick release. So this quick release could mount, like you would take this, I don't have my, I don't need it anyway. So you would leave this quick release mounted on here. And then, so say if I was to stick this rig on the side of the balloon, and the quick release would allow me to place the 360. See, I mount the shoe that goes to the quick release into the bottom of the cage, or I could mount it right into the bottom of the 360 if I wasn't using the cage. But I love the cage because the cage just gives you a whole lot of more options of mounting accessories and stuff that you really could use. So this is it's basically a push button quick release system. So you basically just take it and hit that button and put it in there, and it locks into place like that. So like I said, these suction cups, I had this thing mounted solid, and it won't move. And so that's what the quick release does. And like I said, you can angle this bad boy at just about any angle you want, and get it. You can play with it to get different angles that you want to set the rig at. So that's what I like about this. It's got a ball mechanism down here at the bottom that allows you to get like literally any angle you could even think of, or to straight up to get your height. And you can combo these arms if you needed to get further away from wherever you're mounting at. So right now I only got enough rigs. I don't really want to go too much further. This one is kind of far, because what happens is if you're in a really rough car, you get, see, well, it'll be tighter than that. I just got it on there loosely to show you guys. I haven't used the key to tighten that, but that'll be tight. That won't move like that. But you can still get a slight rock like this. But the stabilization system in this camera is primo. So you won't see no shake. Yeah, zero. This camera might be shaking, but the video, you won't see no shake. So, is that still running? Okay. So, yeah. Insta360 is part of the Ruffin Rig for Ruffin World Travelers, mounted with the DJI Mic 2 and a newer suction extension rig with a fall cam quick release. I did say the DJI Mic 2 system, which is on my shirt here, so it's recording. And like I say, this got an audio recorder inside of it, so if I get like really far away from this camera, because the transmission from this mic to this camera is outstanding. The distance is incredible. It's more distance than I've ever came close to, because basically you can't see me by the time I get far enough away where the mic, which in some cases could happen. But that's why I like transmitting directly to this receiver, because you get crystal clear audio quality at super great distances. So, and like I say, if I'm on a boat, or in this case tomorrow on a hot air balloon, if the wind is blowing real hard, this is what some people call dead cat. Mic muff system will make sure that I don't get that, whereas you would get a little bit more distortion using the 360 camera mic, and it's got a great dual mic system on either side of the camera, right above the stitch line. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's a mic here and it's a mic on the other side, and I got a muff system too that mounts on the side of here. So if I really wanted to use the 360 and wind muff it or dead cat it, I got those too that mounts over the top of those cameras, and they're little fur things just like this one on the DJI Mic 2 to keep the wind from making the noise. But like I said, I just like it because it gives me the ability to be away from the camera. So if I'm on the hot air balloon and the video is on one side of the hot air balloon, because the hot air balloon is big, I think they hold up to 20 or 30 people. It's huge. It's like, and y'all will see that. But I can't do it live on Facebook, but that's why I use my rig system to get all my higher quality, more professional footage, which, like I say, goes on to Ruffin World Travelers on our YouTube station that we just set up. It's not even up and running yet. It's ready to get the footage, because we got like tons of footage from Italy, France, Spain, and all the different places we've been over the last couple years. I haven't been able to organize it all yet. I really wanted a ton of footage of travel first. So the Facebook Live is just to keep people up to date and start connecting you with what's going on. But initially or eventually, the YouTube channel is going to be the go-to place, because it's going to connect to the Facebook and all my social media channels, so that people from the different social media channels can follow what we do as we travel around the world. And we sing it on the cruise ship. So we load on the cruise ship this Thursday. So that'll be the next adventure after this trip here in Dubai. So we'll be here for 4 more days in Dubai, preparing. So I believe that's it for right now. Put my little protectors back on. This is the bumper protector to protect the lenses from getting cracked, or this is and that's just when you're not using it. But when you're using it, you got these protectors that protect the lens in case you bump it while you're filming. Of course, you can't film while this is on because it's blocking the cameras, but it's like your travel inside your case thing, or when you're not using it, you put these on so that it protects the lens from scratching. But again, these are the live, and put them back on, protectors. Snap on like that, and like that. Yeah, so all right guys, just wanted to, I know that was a lot, but it's a ton to come. We got a lot to do and a lot to cover with the launching of #Ruffin World Travelers. But I'm just getting my rigs ready for the hot air balloon trip tomorrow. We also going on a camel ride in the desert, and I'm going to take some pictures with the falcons. The falcons are used for various things, but we'll handle all that when we get to it. So see you later. Okay, bye.